Welcome to today's edition of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, especially curated from the world of economy and business today. I'll start with the ugly. National carrier Air India, after all, did not get any bids from the potential buyers despite an extended deadline. This was expected. They also didn't have the option of buying only the parts that they wanted to. For instance, Indigo wanted only the international operations. The final nail in the coffin was a 33,000 crore loan that was bundled into the Air India sale. Also remember, the sale of Air India was becoming a political hot potato as far as the BJP is concerned, and it's now likely to be deferred till the next general elections in May 2019. So where does that leave Air India? Well, taxpayers like us will have to bear the cost of running the airline. Remember, 27,000 crore have already been spent of taxpayers' money just to keep this airline alive. And if the decision on what to do with it is going to be deferred by a year, this is going to cost the exchequer another 8 to 10,000 crore. Air India's bottomless pit makes this ugly. And now the bad. There is a lot to cheer about the 7.7% growth delivered in the GDP in the last quarter of 2017-18. However, there is still a lot that's not right with this economy. First of all, despite the recovery in the growth in the last quarter, the GDP growth for the whole fiscal was all of 6.7%, a good 0.4% lower than the previous fiscal. So since the growth in the gross value add in the fiscal was barely 6.5%, it indicates that the growth has largely come from higher taxation and not necessarily higher economic activity. After all, despite the scorching growth, a lot of sectors have experienced deceleration. Agri growth was 3% lower, mining growth was 10% lower, and manufacturing growth was 2.2% lower. Utilities also grew 2.2% slower than the last fiscal. For the financial year 18-19, Morgan Stanley has already lowered India's growth forecast from 8% to 7.5%. This is largely due to the international trend of higher crude oil prices and the domestic trend of higher interest rates, which is where we are headed. This is what makes this bad. And now the good. The Finance Ministry has announced that all states in the country would have implemented the e-way bill for intra-state movement of goods by June 3rd. The government expects significant advantage in terms of compliance from this because a lot of the movement of goods would have been captured digitally. Tax evasion substantially, as is evident from this last month's numbers of GST, which have crossed 94,000 crore. This is as against an average of only 89,000 crore per month for the last 7 months. Greater data capture will leave a digital trail which will prevent avoidance of taxes. That's what makes this good. If you enjoyed watching this content, please subscribe to the Business Today YouTube channel and also like us on Facebook. Our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/businesstoday. Follow Business Today on Twitter India at BT_India and subscribe to our YouTube channel Business Today India.